Hey, welcome back everybody. I'm going to do a quick video here on changing out. This is on a Grizzly 700 Yamaha 700 2015 model. We're going to change out the starter. Well, first let me tell you what was acting up. It didn't want to start. So I thought maybe the battery was low. Well, no, I plugged it in. No, it still didn't want to start. It tried to start, but didn't want to start. Well, so if you have this issue and you think your batteries, make sure you put a battery to it before you think it's the battery. Mine is a bad starter. And let me see, I just popped it out of there. Here it is. This thing, I can't even turn it over. I mean, it sounded weird anyway. It started sounding weird, but now it's just like almost locked up. So why wouldn't it run? It fire up, but wouldn't start. Now, why was that? Well, the CFM, the computer, needs a certain volts, okay, to run. If it don't have those volts, enough volts, it ain't gonna run right. It won't run at all. So what it was is this thing was drawing so many amps, it would knock it down, and the CFM wouldn't work. So I suspected, because of the way it sounded, that it was a starter, so I ordered another starter. And you might say, well, maybe it was this, but I already replaced that just in case. And they're not that expensive. So I'll keep this on back stock, so if something ever happens to another one or whatever, this one, I have an extra one. That's a pretty common part for a lot of the Yamahas. So I'm going to put the battery in. Now, to do that, pop your seat off. You take your plastics off here. Pretty explanatory how that all comes off, the little plastic. And I just noticed that this thing's a little damaged there. So I'll have to figure out what I want to do with that, try to fix that. And here is where the starter is going to be nestled in here. Here's the thing for it. But this is where it goes. I don't know if you can see it right. There you go. You can kind of see it goes right behind, right in this area here. So as you can see there, I dropped the nut down in there. Okay. So, simple, pretty easy, pretty simple. First of all, you want to take your battery terminal off. Yeah, take your battery terminal off. Don't have that hooked up when you're doing this. I mean, it won't really hit until you hit the starter, but still, just safety. And there's a new starter. We have the new, got a new on there. So, what you got to do is you got to get, I tried to stretch this as far as I could, because you want to put that on your, got to turn this around. Whoops, turn this around here. Okay, so if you have your Grizzly or just about anything, because it's got to have this, that computer needs a certain amount of amps or it just don't want to work. It's got to have 12 volts or something like that, or something around there close to work. So I'm just going to hook this onto here. Hook this, all this is one hookup. Slip it into place, and I'll show you what things you got to tie on back there. But I'll get this going and bring you back on. All right, everybody. Well, you know, she wouldn't start. Well, come to find out, the spark plug was bad. So that was probably the original what was wrong, why it wouldn't fire up. But it still could have been because that thing's awful. That starter was bad, truly bad. So, but it could have been the spark plug was fouled. I put a different spark plug in it, and now starts up like it should. So there it was. So actually the spark plug was fouled because I checked it did spark, but it wasn't sparking all the time. So I didn't know if I had a good connection or whatever. Well, put it back in there. It fired a couple times and that was it. And I was like, oh, I bet it's a spark plug. So went and changed the spark plug. Works great. So there you go, everybody. Well, if you're having some kind of issues, first of all, check your spark plug. But for sure my starter was bad. I can't show you here, but it was, I can barely turn the thing. So the bearing was going out and it needed to be replaced. So no loss there. Well, I hope this helps somebody. that you don't have to go through as much as I did here. And you can check your spark plug, but it could be the tube, because these computers do need a certain amount of volts before they can run. Thanks everybody watching. Subscribe, push the bell, get notifications. Never know what I'm going to have. Always have something coming up. And this takes care. We got this problem fixed. Put her all back together and she'll be ready to roll. Thanks everybody for watching. Take care. Have a good day.